Good morning to one and all. Hope this morning wishes of ours find you in the best of your health and well-being during this difficult time for the whole world. On behalf of the management, principal, staff, students, and all other stakeholders, I would like to welcome today's speaker, Dr. Saravana Allapam, Assistant Professor, School of Liberal Arts, HITS, Chennai. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I would like to welcome our beloved principal, Dr. C.J. Priya, madam. Welcome you, madam.
Thank you.
I also extend my warm welcome to my colleagues, students, and all those who are present in this virtual gathering. Welcome you all. I request our principal to address the virtual gathering.
Good morning, my dear students and the staff of Hindustan Group of Institutions. I take this opportunity to welcome all of you for the webinar on Tally, which has been organized by the Department of Commerce and Management of Hindustan First Grade College, Mysore. The webinar on Tally, it is a vast subject which cannot be covered in a single session, and hence we have planned to have it in 3 to 4 sessions, which will be conducted on every Saturdays. So students, please do attend all the sessions and do enhance your knowledge. Tally, it is one of the most popular accounting package software which is used in India. It is a complete enterprise software which is being used by the small and medium enterprises. It is a complete product which retains its original simplicity, but still it offers the additional business functionalities like accounting, finance, payroll, job costing, inventory, sales, purchase, and many more strategies. In the case of maintaining accounts in the manual books, we write the accounting entries as debit and credit. In Tally also the same thing, we create the entries in the same way. But what is the difference in this? What are the additional things we are going to include in this Tally? To get an answer for this question, we are going to have a detailed discussion today on Tally. So for today's webinar, we have Dr. Saravanan Alagappan as a resource person. He is with us today. He is going to give us a detailed information on this Tally. The resource person, Dr. Saravanan, he is an assistant professor in the School of Liberal Arts of Hindustan Institute of Technology and Science, Chennai. He has completed MCom, MPhil, and PhD in finance. He has over 5 years of teaching experience, and he has guided more than 17 MSc qualitative finance students for their project work. He has more than 21 publications to his credit. He has published a number of research papers in the refereed national and international journals. Also, he has participated and presented the research papers in many workshops, seminars, and conferences, which was organized at the national and the international level. So we are very happy to have you with us for today's webinar, sir. On behalf of the entire team of Hindustan First Grade College, I would like to extend a warm and hearty welcome to our resource person, Dr. Saravanan. A warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you.
Students, let the session go on in an interesting way. Do enhance the knowledge, do enhance your knowledge by participating in all the informative programs which is being conducted by our college. Do attend the full session, do not quit in between. Always keep your audio mute. In case if you have any kinds of questions or feedback or suggestions, you can please share it with us during the last 10 minutes of the session. We'll be having a common discussion. You can please share your questions in the chat box. Best wishes and thank you.
Thank you, madam. Now I request today's speaker, Dr. Saravana Allagappan, Assistant Professor, School of Liberal Arts, to take over the webinar.
Thank you, Ishwar sir, and thank you, Dr. Priya madam, for our kind words. So, madam, may I know the participants' background of the discipline? Only BCom students are there.
Sir, BBA students are there, BCom students are there, and first year BCA students are there.
Okay, okay, sir. BCom BBA knowledge, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. So let me share my screen. Check it, is it visible, students? Yes. Is it visible?
Sir, it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. So, today's section, we are planning to have a basic accounting concept and introduction to Tally. Maybe the upcoming classes will go to the creation of ledger, masters, preparation of final account using Tally. So, I know that the people, there is participants are in the workshops are BCom and BBA students. I think you know about the some financial bonding paper, right? Maybe we can call it as the basic accounting concept. Okay, so that you studied in first semester, right? I think you maybe studied financial accounting 1. Here you maybe studied some basics concept, right? So the basic accounting assumption like accounting principle, separate entity concept, money measurement concept, and going concern concept. These are the concepts I think you have studied, right? Yes, students. The basics concept and convention of accounting policy I have studied in first semester and second semesters. Yes, you can speak. Yes, students. May I get yes or no?
Yes, sir, we studied.
Okay, okay, thank you. So here I am going to talk about the basics accounting rule, how this is going to be helpful for creation of a journal entry in Tally also. So we studied in accounting principle, there are 3 basics accounting rule, right? What are those? What are the rules we studied? One is personal account rule we studied. Another one is real account rule. Third one is nominal account rule we studied. Am I right? So each personal and their real nominal, we have something to debit and something to credit. Am I right? So we have some rules for debit and we have some rules for credit. Yes. So personal account rules is telling that you have to debit the, yes, you have to debit the, make it the answer for, yes, debit the receiver and credit the giver. Same way, real account, debit what comes in and credit was goes out. Okay, same way expenditure, sorry, nominal, expenditure and losses should be debited and the income and the gain should be credited, right? This is what our going to call as a golden accounting rule. With this only we are framed our accounting policies, right? So I know you know about the basics transaction we have to identify into the 3 principles, right? Something happening in our business that has to be recorded in a systematic way. Am I right or not? Yes. So assume that I want to multiply with 12 and 35. Okay. So you can do it manually, right? So for multiplication of these two, it can be done. Or you can use calculator also. Am I right or not? You can use a calculator, but you have to know the sequence to how this can be done, right? Am I right or not? So you have to use, that is 12 mean 1, 12, For multiplication, you have to use star, right? Or we can call this a X, right? So after that, what is the second digit? You have to multiply with the 35. Then you are getting your expected answer, am I right? So same way, this can be done it in a manually. At the same time, it can be done with some our electronic form also. Okay, same way we can prepare accountants in manual format. At the same time, it can be prepared in our digital. Okay, digital like a Tally, we have a Unocash, we have a ERP system. Many accounting softwares are available. Okay, it can be done with any accounting software. That is not a matter here. Thing is that you have to understand the concept. You have to understand the input, right amount, right? So if it is in a calculator, we know the sequence. No, first it has to be started with the first number. Then we have to use plus or minus symbol or a fraction symbol, right? So that has been used. Then you have to multiply with the whatever second digits. So then we get the answer, right? We have some sequence, no? So what are the sequence we entered here? One is 12. We entered first in calculator. Then we entered into the star symbol. Then we entered the 35. Then we pressed the equal. Then we got the answer. Am I right? So we have some sequence, right? So same way, we know something theoretically accounting, that is we are preparing our financial accounting 1 and 2. I think we have studied financial accounting 1 and 2. So there we were talking about journal entry. Yes, with the journal we are supposed to prepare a ledgers. With the ledger we are supposed to prepare a trial balance of some dates. Okay, with trial balance, we are supposed to prepare our final account. Okay, final account is nothing but company's end result account. So, if companies are doing for a period of 1 year or 2 years, so we have to find the profit of the company, right? Maybe it will be calculated usually on 1 year. It is not a compulsory, but getting a result on 1 year will be some meaningful for that. That is why we are preparing a final account on every 1 year. Maybe the 31st March of 2000, the 2018, 2019, we are supposed to prepare in this way, right? Because Indian financial will start from April to March. So we are preparing a final account on every 31st March. So this is what's happening, am I right? So here we are going to discuss, I'm going to recollect the journals and the ledger process. Okay, so same accounts, what we are going to take an example that can be discussed in Tally also. Okay, so the content will be like this one. So the basic accounting concept we are going to discuss. With that, I am going to discuss about the introduction of Tally. So when it is introduced, what are the previous packages are available. So what is the difference between Tally and Tally? Here, that's all we will discuss in introduction Tally. Then the company creation. If you are going to create accounts in Tally, first you have to create a company, then you have to create a masters, then create a ledger, then you have to enter through vouchers. So this is all we are going to discuss in upcoming classes. Is it clear? Up to this, am I clear for? Hello, students.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So now I'm going to take some example. Okay. So in that example, I'm going to talk about the creation of journal. Okay. So creation of journal. With journal, how we are supposed to post in the ledger. That's what we're going to discuss here. Okay. So this page is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here we have taken some example. Okay. Rahim is the sole proprietor having a departmental store. It means he is the sole proprietor. We know about there are 3 forms of business type. It may be a individual owner form, or it may be the partnership type of business. It may be in a company forms of business. So we are considering here individual owner, that is a one owner business. Okay, but Rahim is the sole proprietor having a department store. The following transaction during the month of January 2019. Okay, so he made some transaction in the year of 2019 January. So journalize the transaction given below and post them into the ledger and prepare the trial balance. So we are going to do it in a manual way first. Same problem we are going to discuss in our family. Clear up? Okay, so day wise is given. January 2019, that is first started business with the cash, right? So here we have to say what we call Ragin is starting a business with the cash. That is the first entry. Then purchased goods from Raju on credit. That is the second item. Then 3rd January, freight paid. So like this, we have some transaction. That transaction has to be, first of all, identify the nature of accounts, right? So any one of you help me to find out the nature of accounts here. Yes. Listen here. This is first transaction of started business with the cash. So it means every transaction will have a two side. Am I right? So that we studied in even 11th, 12th class. If you are studying in accountancy, you may be aware of this, right? So every debit is equal with your credit. Am I right? Or we can call it as every receiving a benefit should be equal with your giving a benefit. Okay. So what do you mean by receiving a benefit versus giving a benefit? I will give you some example. Assume that you have 100 rupee. Okay. So with that 100 rupee, you are going to buy a chocolate. Okay. So what you are going to do now? You are going to pay 100 rupee and receive 100 rupee worth of the chocolate. Am I right? Yes. So as a business is concerned, business will receive something and business will give equivalent value something. That is going to be called as a double entry concept. Okay. So if it is a business will not give anything at the free of cost. Okay. What do you mean by that? Anything won't get at free of cost, right? If I'm doing a business, okay, if my customer is coming and asking some product, I have to get money from them. No? If 100 rupee worth of the chocolate I'm giving, I have to receive from him 100 rupee. Am I right? So I'm not going to say pay 150 or pay 75 rupees, right? So it should be equal. No, if you are giving 100 rupee worth of the chocolate, you have to get back from him 100 rupee. Okay, that is why we are going to record both the aspect of a transaction. Okay, a transaction means will have a two phases. That is, one is receiving a benefit, another one is giving a benefit. Like a 1 rupee coin. Okay, 1 rupee coin, we have a two side. One side is going to be called as a head side, another side is going to be called as a tail side. So since it is a two phases, can I say it's a two coin? Can we call it as a two coin part? Because one side we have a head side, another side we have a tail side, right? So can I say like this? We cannot say no. Because why? Because it is one coin having a two faces. Same way, the transaction is one. I bought a chocolate, but the transaction has a two-dimensional element. What are the two-dimensional elements? One is you received 100 rupee, that is as per the business point of view, you received 100 rupee and okay, you received 100 rupee and you given 100 rupee worth of the chocolate. So that is why we are going to record both the aspects. So we are going to record cash which is received from a customer. At the same time, what I given to my customer also will be recorded. That is why I'm going to call that a double entry principle. Okay, Bob? Is it clear? Each transaction will have only two phases. We have to identify those two phases for first of all. This is transaction number 1, this is transaction number 2, 3, 4, like this. Every transaction will have two phases. We have to identify those two phases first. Then, once if you identify the phases, you have to identify the nature of the phases. Okay, so we were talking about Personal account is the one type. Real account is the another type. Third one is nominal account is the third category. Am I right? So there are three type of account will be there in our transaction. Okay. So we'll take it first example here. Started business with the cash. So because of this transaction, two account will affect or it will reflect into accounts. What are those? One is business cash account. Am I right or wrong? Business is received cash, so that is the one account will affect because of this. So cash account will increase. Am I right? So cash account is increase. What is another account? Owner one is given, no? So owner account, or we can, as of this example, Rahim is the owner account. So Rahim account. One transaction will affect two account. One is cash account, another one is Rahim account. Same way come to the second transaction part. Purchased goods from Raju. Okay. So goods is the one account which will affect. Another one is Raju account. Will affect because of the second transaction. Same with private. Like this, yeah, all transactions will affect two phases. Clear? One is the receiving a benefit, another giving a benefit. Okay. So here we identify two phases. No, cash is the one account, another is Rahim. Second, goods is the one account, and Rajiv is the another account. Like this, we have to identify the nature or type of what do you call that, which are the account is affecting. Then you have to identify, right? So with this come under personal category, real category, nominal category, right? So that account may be in three category. What are those three category? Cash and all will come under real. Rahim is a personal category. So again, goods is real category. Again, Raju is personal category, right? So I think these you know right around. So how to identify the transaction? So how to identify the transaction two phases? Once you identify the transaction phases, you have to identify the nature of the accounts. So it may be the personal account, it may be the real account, it may be the nominal account. I think you know about the definition of personal, real, and nominal. With this, we prepare the ledger and journal. Yes. With this assumption, can I go to the journals? Students?
Yes, sir.
So I think you know about creation of journal, right? With the transaction, you know creating journal, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what I'm going to do here, the transaction phases we identified first. With that, we are going to start journal. Okay, here itself I have given a journals also. For each transaction, the journal is given here. So what is this? Started business with the cash. So what is the account will affect? Cash account will affect. From this, another one is owner account. So I'm going to say that cash is coming inside because we again the rules is clearly telling no. What is indicating for? 1 second, I'm opening freshly. Okay, listen. What is the first transaction? Started business with the cash. So cash account will affect. Another one is owner because owner is the giver of the cash. So as of our example, Rahim is the owner. Okay, so cash account and the Rahim account should be affected because of this transaction. Right? So again, cash account we have to identify. No, cash is come under real category. Rahim is come under personal category. Okay, so what is the cash accounting? Sorry, real accounting golden rule. It is telling that you have to debit what comes in. Okay, so as real account rule is telling that you have to debit the incoming. You have to credit the outgoing. It is a real category. Real category, you know the difference, no? Anything touch and feel can be called as a real. Personal maybe, so it may be natural person like a male or female. Sometimes it will be artificial person like a bank, computer, company, These all will be called as artificial persons. Okay, so this all will come under that category. Okay, so real account rule is telling that debit what comes in. Personal account rule is telling that credit the giver. So what I'm going to do now, from first transaction, I'm going to debit the cash account and credit the Rajiv account. Sorry, Rahim account. Same way, purchased goods, right? So you know, right? If you are purchasing a goods, that has to be said as a purchase. Okay. Assume that he is a department store owner. Appa. If department store owner buying a goods means you have to say it is the purchase rate. Okay. So if department store owner buying some computers for bill entry, okay, or he is buying some what do you call it, refrigerators to store something, or he buying some furniture. So that won't be called as a good. Okay, if you are buying a computer, you have to say computer. If you are buying a refrigerator, you have to say it's a refrigerator. If you are buying a furniture, you have to say furniture. If you are buying a goods, you have to call it as a purchase, because the intention of the purchase is reselling. The intention, if I am buying something, the intention is to resell me, we can call it as a purchase. Okay, if it is a fruit seller buying a fruit, you have to say purchase, because he is buying a fruit for reselling activity. Same way, the department store owner buying some provisional item for reselling, right? Same way, textile owner buying some pants, shirts, and kurtis and all. So this is for reselling activity. So the goods is nothing but the people and the business are dealing with some goods. No, it's going to be called as a good. Okay, electrical shop owner will buy the electrical item, so we can call it as a goods. So if buying a goods, you have to call it as a purchase. Buying other than goods, you have to call it as a purchase. Okay, is it clear? I think this you know, right? So I'm just recollecting this thing so that we can go to the our actual journal subtitles. Okay, is it clear, Appa? Students?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, but thank you. So my screen is visible to you, right? My complete voice screen. So what I'm writing, you are able to understand, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, okay, thank you. Now, second one. What is the second one? Is purchased goods, right? So it means purchase is the one account will apply. So purchase is come under real category. But is another one is Rajiv. Rajiv is the another account will apply because it is come under personal category. Same rule applicable in first one here also, because purchase is the real account. So whenever you are purchasing a good, it is coming inside your business. So I'm going to debit the purchase account and credit the Rajiv account. Like this, a transaction, you have to identify the phases, then you have to identify the nature of the account. Once you identify the nature of account, you have to go to refer the golden accounting rule. So what golden accounting rules are telling that you have to use it here. Okay. So I'm going to third journal now. Okay, it is clear of a cash accounted as to it means 3 lakh cash is came inside to the business. Who is the giver of the cash? Rahim. So since Rahim is the owner, we have to call it as a capital. Okay. If other persons giving cash means you have to say that person name. Okay, if owner is giving, we can call it as a capital. So cash received 3 lakh rupees. That is why I am debiting the cash account. Who is the giver of the cash? Rahim. So Rahim capital I mentioned. Okay, but second, purchased goods, right? Purchase is coming inside. So real account is coming inside. I am debiting the purchase account. Who is the giver of the goods? Rajiv. So I am debiting the Rajiv. Same way, and the third one, freight paid. So freight paid is come under. This is from this we'll have to two account. What are those accounts? One is freight paying means you are paying it cash. So cash account will happen. What is another account? Freight account. Freight is not a real or personal category. So it is going to be called as other account, or we can call it as a nominal account. If you are not able to classify with the personal category or real account, so So we can call it as a other account or nominal account, which is not able to classify in the first two. It is going to be called as a nominal account. So nominal account is clearly telling this: if the expenditure to you mean, you have to debit the account. If it is income or gain, you have to credit this account. Okay, wow. So freight paid, it means we paying a freight. Freight is nothing but whenever you're buying a goods, we have to pay some transportation charges, right? Or we have to pay some wages to the laborer who are taking the commodity from the truck to or the tractor to your what do you call that, your business places. Okay, so for them we are supposed to pay freight. So freight is your expenditure. Okay, so as per the nominal category, it is expenditure. So nominal rule is telling that you have to debit the expenditure. So what will be the entry now? I am debiting freight account to cash account because now cash is going out. So when you received a cash, you debited the first entry. When cash is going out of your business, you are crediting the cash account. Okay. Like this, we are entering something. Okay. Okay. So each transaction we are doing something new. Cash deposited with the bank. Okay. So how much we deposited? 2 lakh rupees. Earlier, owner gave 3 lakh rupees. In the 2,000 rupees, I paid a freight. Remaining 2,98,000 will be there in the business. So in that 2 lakh, you are depositing into the bank. It means you have opened the bank account. In that account, you are depositing. Okay. So it is going to be called as an internal transfer. What is the internal transfer? You are not getting a cash from outside. It is in your business too. It is going to your bank account. Okay, it is going to be called as an internal account or contra type of account. Okay, I think you studied cash book in your first semester itself. I think you studied about cash book, single column, double column, triple column cash book. There you studied about contra type of cash transfer, right? So it is nothing but like a what do you call? I assume that I have a wallet as well as I have a bank account. Okay. So in my bank account, I have a 20,000 rupees. In my wallet, I have only 500 rupees. So what I'm doing, I'm taking 2,000 rupees from my bank account that I'm keeping in my wallet. So what will happen? Your bank account will become a 18,000 because you taken 2,000 from your bank account. That 2,000 went to your wallet. Now wallet balance is increased. Okay, it is going to be become a 2,500. So this is going to be called as internal transfer. Internal transfer is nothing but I'm taking a sum cash from my bank account to wallet. Or sometimes if you have excess cash, you can deposit your bank account also. It's going to be called as a contra account. Clear account. Is it clear? I able to clear something, right? So for this, we created a journals. Okay. In this, we created some journals. Okay, so for transaction 1, this is journal. For transaction 2, this is a journal. Transaction 3, transaction 4, that is bank account data to cash account. Okay, so like this, we created the journal. So I'm not going to explain all this because we are going to see the same thing in our tally. Okay, so now I think you know about the journal creation. No? Once journal is created, what we supposed to do from? We have a cash account in January 1st. Again, we have a cash account credit side in January 3rd. Again, cash account credit side January 4th. Like this, we have cash account. No? So like this, we have a bank account. Like this, we have a purchase account, sales account, Apur account, Raju account. So we have to summarize this account. Am I right? Nothing but we have to get the total of the cash account. We have to get the total of the purchase account. We have to get the total of the drawing. We have to get the total of the Raju. Each account we have to get the total. The total mechanism is going to be called as a ledger. Clear? So we have to find what is the cash account total. Okay. So if you are in the way of preparation of the total cash account, we have to find, go to the cash account. Okay. So cash account, it is debit side 3 lakh rupees. In third, it is credit side to 2000 rupee. Again, credit side 2 lakh rupee. Again, debit side 350. What happened? Sometimes it's a credit, sometimes it is a debit. Can I add all the items put together and say this is my cash balance? Or we have to take a what we call the opposite symbol? Or we have to consider positive, negative here? This my question is clear. Can I add all these items? This is 2 lakh. This is another 2000. So 2 lakh and 2000. Then 5 lakh 2000. Like this, can I add all the items as it is? Or it have some what do you call the symbols here? It have positive, negative symbols here. Or can I add as it is? This is my question is clear. Good students. Yes. Students, is my question is clear to you? Students, are you able to follow with me? It is not studied in 11th class, even financial account customer studied, sir. Yes. I have studied for this one. So how the ledger process will be done? So we have to identify cash debit side means we have to say 3 lakh debit side. So what are all debit cash is there, that has to be put in one side part. What are all credit cash is there, that has to be put in one side. So credit means one symbol, we cannot say positive or negative. Debit means opposite symbol part. Okay. Credit and debits are extremely opposite nature. Okay. So we have to find how many debit cash. Okay. We have to find how many credit cash. So then at the end we have to say that, so we have a 7 lakh debit and a 3 lakh credit. So it means 7 lakh debit and 3 lakh credit means, so what will be our net balance? 4 lakh debit. Same way, plus or minus. No, if 7 plus 3 minus means we can say 4 plus, right? Positive, no? Same way here. We have to find what is the total of the debit cash item. We have to find what is the total of the credit cash item. This process is going to be called as a ledger. Okay, but business transactions recording in a systematic way in the journals. Once journals is completely over, that is up to 31st January, we are creating a journals. For that journal, we are finding a total because we have to say we have involved cash account, we have a freight account, we have a sales account, we have a loan account, we have a sales account, purchase account, furniture account, plant and machinery account. So you have to find the each account total. Okay, total process is going to be called as a ledger process. Okay, sometimes we have a positive and a negative. Okay, debit and the credit. Okay, so we have to find the debit total in cash account. So as of our example, what I said, 7 lakh is debit and the 3 lakh is credit mean. What will be your end answer? 4 lakh is the your cash account debit balance. Sometimes you have a both the side of debit as well as credit. Okay, so if we have both the positive and negative, you have to say difference is going to be your answer. Am I right? As our example, this example, 7 lakh debit, 3 lakh credit. So we can say 3 lakh, sorry, 4 lakh will be my cash account balance. Sometimes purchase will be only debit side only. And 1st January you bought a 3 lakh rupee, and 3rd January you have 50,000 rupee. Means you can say the purchase is only 3 lakh 50,000 because you don't have any negative balance over there. Or we cannot say that opposite balance. Same way, this process is going to be called as a ledger. So ledger also explained here. Okay, with this journal, we created the cash account. So what is the cash account total balance? 6,83,000 is the cash account total balance. Okay, so the total of the credit side is somewhat once again 4 lakh something remaining balance here, that is net balance on cash account, that is debit side. Same here, again capital is only one side, we have only credit balance, so our answer is 3 lakh credit. Same way, bank account, we have a cash inflows as well as cash outflows. So our net balance of the particular date, that is on 1st February is 1,71,000. So like this, we preparing a purchase account. 1 lakh we purchased on 2nd January, and the 7th January we purchased 75,000. So we have only positive balance. Okay, or we can call it only debit balance. So our total is 175. Same way, freight, we have only debit balance. So total is 2,000 rupees. Okay. Same way, sales, we have only credit balance, only 4 lakhs plus sales. Like this, you have to find all journals total balance. Okay. Sometimes we have positive, there is debit and credit. If you have a debit and credit, you have to find the net balance. If you have only positive or if you have only debit balance, you have to get the total. If you have only credit balance, you have to get the total. That total will be taken to the our trial balance. Okay, this three functions is going to be called as a bookkeeping function. Am I clear? So we studied a bookkeeping function, that is journal. With the journal, we are supposed to prepare a ledger. With the ledger, net balance, we have to prepare a business trial balance. Trial balance is nothing but business end results. Right? It will say that cash is 3,23,000. What it means actually, it won't say that you have a cash inflow or outflow like this. It is the net balance after your payment. Same way, rugging capital. This is the owner capital contribution. This is cash available at the bank. This is purchase you made in that year. This is freight you made in that year. So like this, we prepare the trial balance. That balance is nothing but end answer of the order ledger. Okay. So this ledger usually will get valid. Debit should be equal to credit. So this process, the first three processes are known as the bookkeeping of what is this? What are the functions we used for so far? One is journal, that is the first process. Second one is ledger of journal and ledger and trial balance. Okay, so this is going to be called as a bookkeeping function. Okay, bookkeeping is nothing but the clerical nature of the accounting function. Okay, so once if you calculate the trial balance, then only we can prepare the final account. Final account is nothing but business profit. So here we have to find what is the business profit. Okay, how can I find the business profit? If you are maintaining a proper record, only we can say business profit. No. Am I right? Because we recorded all the business transactions in journal. So journal we identified the ledger, cash, bank, purchases, sales like this. So each answer we prepared a net balance. That net balance is reported in our trial balance. So that we prepare in a summary format. No? So with this only we are going to prepare a business profit and loss. Here we can say that the net balance or what is it happened in that year, it has been calculated. Okay, so hereafter the crucial portion, that is we are supposed to prepare a final. So we are supposed to prepare a business profit. We are supposed to prepare a business class profit, net profit, what is the business assets, what is the business liability. So that can be prepared with the help of the trial balance. Okay, is it clear? Up to this, I am able to clear up.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay, thank you. So now we are going to discuss about same process is going to be done in our tally. Okay. So thing is, you have to identify journal, ledger, trial balance. So with trial balance, we can prepare a trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet. So that is going to be called as a final account. But here it is very easy because if you are going to prepare this transaction, okay. We have how many transactions per? Look, only we can say around 20 transactions per. 20 transactions, you have to prepare a journal and the ledger and a trial balance. If you alone take you to at least 2 hours to complete the journal ledger trial balance for a particular problem. But if you know the tally, so okay, so it can be done if you are going to create only journals. Okay, you are going to record only this, but you will get the ledger balance. At the same time, you will going to get the trial balance. You are going to get the final account. Okay, one entry will give you the result of journal, ledger, trial balance, and the gross profit and net profit and the balance sheet. Okay, but if it is a manual, you have to prepare ledger, trial balance, and the final account. So only one process, but it will give you the complete result. You can find the trial balance answer, you can find the ledger balance answer, you can find the business class profit, you can find the business assets, liabilities, capital. So all information can be done if you are engineer ledger. So if you are going to learn Tally. Tally is one of accounting software which is mostly used in India. We cannot say Tally is the only ultimate software. Okay. So Tally is a what do you call it? Education version is a free part. Anyone can download and use Tally. Okay. Only thing is this: in education version, you cannot change the date. Okay, because in accounting, dates are most important. Okay, because it's happening on a daily basis or a day basis. No. So thing is that if you are using accounting such Tally in a education version, you cannot change the date. So all the transactions are going to be done on same date. Okay, that is only drawback we have in accounting, that is Tally software. Regular license, no, you have to pay for. Usually if you are going to work in any company, the company will pay and they'll get the license. Okay. So with that you can work, but for getting a training, for getting a knowledge about Tally, go to the internet and say type Tally. Tally free version can be downloaded. That is, recent version is Tally Prime we are going to use. Okay. So that is the new version that is only available on internet. The previous versions are low graphic version. So now the new version is graphic version. Just type Tally. It will go take you to the Tally web page.
ಸರ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ಯಾಲಿ ERP9 ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಬೇಡವಾ ಅಂತ.
Pardon me, come again.
ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಟ್ಯಾಲಿ ERP9 ಇವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾ ಅಂತ.
No, actually, I can't understand what is. Can you translate?
Yeah, Mukambika, you can write down the notes. Whatever the sir is telling, you can take it out. You can please ask the question in English. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, actually, I can't understand. One second. Tally download. Type it like this. For training purpose, if you are going with the BCom, and you can say that, so Tally is a self-learning, but once if you know the accounting knowledge, right? So I think you study, if you are second year, third year, you are going to study cost accounting and asset accounting, management accounting. So you know some knowledge about accounting. Thing is that knowledge is going to be used in systematic way. Okay, in Tally, that is only the difference. Okay, so nothing new will be there in our Tally. Okay, thing is that you have to understand the accounting. If you know accountancy, the Tally is nothing. Thing is that we have to use some systematic way how it can be done. Okay, that is only I am going to take it here. So this web page is visible. Go to the Tally download. So we get it. That is Tally Prime only is available. If you are referring any videos in Kannada language also, we can get the previous version. The previous version is no more now. So now the Tally Prime is available. Okay, so you can download. Once it is downloaded, I will go to the My Tally install version. So like this will come. The previous version, before ERP, Tally was used only for accounting activity. Okay, that is why it is going to call the Tally up to 8.1. It was only for what you call 7.2. Up to 7.2 it is only for accounting aspect. So later on, Tally was used for complete business resource, that is entrepreneur resource planning. ERP. It can be used for accounting, it can be used for payroll, it can be used for accounting vouchers. Okay, so ultimate business transaction can be done with the Tally. Okay. So that is why Tally here it was named as a Tally ERP. Okay, cash balance, we can prepare a bank reconciliation statement, we can prepare a cash book. So ultimate things can be done with Tally ERP. So once you install, you will get a page like this one. So continue in education mode, use license from network, reactivate the existing license and activate the new license. Activate new license, you have to pay and get the license. Okay, so I'm going to give education version. Education, continue in education mode. Clear? So I'm going to keep that. It is open. It is going to be called as a gateway, our home page of Tally. Okay, so this is the new version for it is Tally Prime version. So if you are referring any videos, you will be find only the previous version. Some contents are changed by here, not big changes. So some contents are moved from here to there. It was called as a user friendly. The previous not that much, but it was user friendly. Yes, up to this you are able to clear up.
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay. So first of all, we have to create a company on our own. Okay, then only we can enter this transaction. It can be possible only we have to create our own company. Okay. So for creation of company, it is there for left hand side top. K is highlighted up a company. Okay. So again in K below there are one line. So it means mostly the accounting software can be used with only keyboard. People never use mouse actually. Okay. So if it is K means simple K means you have to press K in your keyboard. One underline means you have to alter plus that key. If it is two underline, you have to press Control and that key. Clear? That is the shortcut key mechanism for Tally. K simple K means you can press K. One underline below means you have to press Alter K. Two underline means you have to press Control key. Clear? So I'm pressing now Alter key because it is highlighted here like this. I'm pressing Alter key. It will take you to this page. So to create our own company or alter the company which is created earlier, or you can shut the company which is created earlier, or you can select the company. If you have created 3 to 4 companies, okay, it can be done. Same person can have one business, one company, another business. For that, you are not going to have a separate license. For one license, you can have a multiple company accounts also. This is possible here. Okay. So I'm going to create a company. So first, that is the first process. Tally. First, see, something is highlighted here again. Something is highlighted here, right? Here H is highlighted, here S is highlighted, here G is highlighted, here A is highlighted, right? Same way here C is highlighted. It means it is highlighted, no? So you just press C. Okay, well, it means if you are highlighted key, if you are pressing, it is taking you to in that page. Okay, well, no need to take a mouse or cursor. Okay, so I'm going to create a company. So as our example, Rahim is the owner of I'm typing Rahim. Rahim. Sole proprietor. So mailing address. So mailing address is nothing but sometimes company name will be different, but mailing address will be different. Okay. So what do you call it? Hindustan Unilever is the company name, but they have a product like called the Lifebuoy. They have a product called Amam. So product name will be different, company name will be different sometimes. So we are not going to. I'm assuming both are same. Address I'm giving for. Mysore. So what is the pin code of Mysore Park? I don't know Mysore pin code. So pin code you can give it here. If you want complete address, like this we can give number 1. Gandhi Street. State. So if you are specifically selecting a state, whenever using a GST, because we are not going to discuss GST here, because GST alone is a separate classes. We will take at least 3-4 classes to talk about GST. Okay. So if you know about something about GST, we can go here. Otherwise, going to GST is not advisable now. So I'm just pressing K. Okay. So K means it will highlight what are the items are on the screen. So now you can take the cursor and move here. Karnataka is highlighted across to Karnataka. So once I'm given Karnataka, the country is also changed to India, right? So what is the pin code of Mysore? Can I get the pin code here? Yes, anyone of you? What is the pin code of Mysore?
57001.
5700. Okay, thank you. So tell you.
0001.
Okay, but thank you. 570001. So telephone number. Some number. Given some number. So mobile number. So that can be given. It's not a compulsory fax number, email ID, because if you are giving this credential, whenever you're taking a print out, that is invoice bill, this all will be printed on the top of the invoice. Okay. If you have any mail address, that is website or mail address, you can print it here. Okay. I'm giving a Gmail. This is the mail address. Again, company is the website address. So once you selected India, so the base currency symbol is Indian rupee symbol is there. So formal name of Indian rupee is INR. That is Indian rupee is going to be called as INR. USD means US dollar. GBP means Great Britain Pound. That is Indian 3-digit name is INR. Okay, so that is inbuilt selected. I'm not changing because my country is India. If I'm giving Indonesia, okay, it automatically will change. Okay, it is changed upon RP, Indonesia rupee. So that is changing. Clear? So I'm giving again India. Once this country you are giving, automatically the base currency and all will change. Okay, press enter. Go one by one. Here, don't change anything in financial year beginning from as well as book beginning from. Okay, don't change anything here because in the education board, if you are changing a date, you will get an error always. Okay, don't change any date which is highlighted. Just leave that date. I think you know, right? Beginning of the financial year. Financial year as of year, first year from 2021 to 31st March 2022 is the end of the financial year. Sometimes you may start a business maybe August also. Okay, that is going to be called as account beginning. So I'm not changing anything here. Press enter. Okay, it will ask you to say yes. Upset means yes. No means no. So that is no. Upset means Press Y part, it will accept this form and create the company. Okay, if you are pressing N, it will raise the company. We don't in the process of creating a company. Okay, I'm pressing Y now. Use always shortcut. So I'm pressing Y. It is saved. Okay, but once it is saved, it will ask you like this. What are some features? The settings of the Tally. Maintain of accounts. Yes. Enable bill-wise entry. Yes. This can be changed later also. And maintain an inventory. I'm giving here yes. Okay. Taxation. So GST. I'm giving here no. Because we are not going to discuss about GST also. Okay. Even maintaining inventory. Okay. So you know, it is asking you accept mean Y, no mean N. So I'm giving again accept. It is created. So it is identified again sole proprietor. It is mentioned that now vouchers is entered. So we created the company. Yes. After this, you are able to clear up. We created the company. So now we are in the gateway of talent. Okay, now we have to understand about accounting masters. Okay, so we have to understand about groups, ledger, currency, and the voucher. Okay, so important things are we are going to discuss only these first two parts. So we are not going to discuss about the inventory master now. Inventory master maybe next section I will talk about inventory master. So there we are going to discuss about what are the items we are purchasing. Okay, so maybe we are going to buy some chocolate, we are going to buy some biscuit like this. We'll take some examples. Okay, so that time we can talk about inventory master. So go to the accounting master, groups, ledger, and the currency. In that, groups and ledgers are most important. Yes, is it clear up?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we are going to discuss about the groups. Okay, so the groups is nothing but just a minute. Okay, listen. So ledger we know, right? So cash is the one ledger account, purchase is the another ledger account, revenue is the another ledger account. So these are called as a ledgers. So before creation of ledger, you have to understand about group. So group is nothing but when you are creating a ledger, you have to what do you call, put into some masters, that is some group. So the groups based on our trading and profit and loss. So it will be like this of our trading and profit and loss will be T format of yes. Am I right? Our trading and profit and loss will be like this, no? So T format of trading and profit and loss. It will be like this, right? So this side is going to be called as the debit side. This is credit side. So this is trading account. This will be known as the profit and loss account. So something we are going to discuss about balance sheet. Alright. So balance sheet also we have a two sides. One is assets, another one is liability. But this we have a, so this is going to be called as a groups. Okay. Here, what are the items will come here for? So stocks will come up. Opening stocks will come here. Another one is purchase will come here. So another one is wages may come here, freight may come here, right? So these are going to be called as a groups. Okay, clear? So what will be this group? So purchase is one group, wages, freight, inward and all is come under direct expenditure group. So come to credit side part. What are that will come to a credit side? Sales will come up. So sales is the one group. Closing stock will come up. Closing stock is the another group. Okay. So again, if it is in a profit and loss account, what are the item will come up? Salary will come up. Depreciation will come up. Yes. Then what will come up? Painting, printing and stationery will come. General expenses will come. Discount will come. Yes. So this all is known as the indirect expenditure. Am I right? So if you are going to create a salary ledger, you have to say that it is indirect expenditure. Okay, if you are going to create a depreciation, you have to say it is come under indirect expenditure. If you are going to create a printing and stationery, you have to say it will come under indirect expenditure. So it is based on the way we prepare in trading and profit loss. We add some predefined group. So we are not going to do anything with the group. Okay, so a tally in which the groups are created. So we are not supposed to change. We are not supposed to change the group unless you are specifically, if your groups are different, you can change it. Otherwise, already the groups are involved. You are not going to change the group. Only thing is you have to understand what we mean with that group, why it is created. While creating a ledger, you have to put that ledger to some predefined group. What are the groups are available? Purchase is one group. Okay, sales is another group. Okay, so another one is closing stock will be another group. So indirect expenditure, direct expenditure. Again, if you discount is coming here, discount received, commission received, interest received, and all will be called as an indirect income. Am I right, Arun? So these are the items will go to our trading and the profit and loss. Yes. So complete debit side is this is what they call stocks is one group, purchases another group. Same way come to the debit side means this one is going to be called as the indirect expenditure. So credit side indirect income group. Same way if it is in a balance sheet asset side. Assets we have a liability suffer. Again, liability have many categories. We have a current liability category. So current liability we have a creditor is one group, bank overdraft is another group. Okay, so outstanding expenditure will be another group. These are all groups. Again, we have a capital is the one group. Again, if it is assets, we have a current asset, we have a fixed asset. So current asset means stock, debtor, bills, receivable, and all come under current asset. Fixed asset means land, building, machineries, furniture. So motor car, this all come under fixed asset. Again, we have investments. So this all will be the items which used in our normal trading and profit loss balance sheet. So once it is very much strong in the accounting theoretical concept, the tally is nothing. Okay, we are going to create a ledger with the predefined group. Okay, so these are all the tally itself created. Okay, I'll show some groups which is already created in the tally. Okay, so I'm going to groups. So I'm not creating a group. Go back, alter, press alter, groups. So it will show this the previously inbuilt groups. And the groups are available: bank account, bank overdraft, bank loan account, branch station, capital account, cash in hand, direct asset, calculating deposit, direct expenditure, indirect income. Like this, the groups are already created. I'm not going to change the groups. Only thing is that I'm going to create a ledger. That ledger has to be come under some specific group. So that knowledge is required to you to understand that. Okay. So 1 second, I'm coming. Let's say If you are going to create a purchase account, so purchase account is come under purchase group. Sales account is come under sales group. Salary account is come under indirect expenditure group. Depreciation, if you are going to create a ledger, you have to say it is come under indirect expenditure. Printing and stationery, indirect expenditure. General expenditure, indirect expenditure. Discount allowed, indirect expenditure. Same way, discount received means indirect income, commission received means indirect income. So these are the group who are identified. Okay, so this is already we talked about in our financial accounting one itself. So there we studied about these things. Am I right? Am I clear? Can we go to the now preparation of ledger? So I think you know about groups. No, groups are already created by Tally itself. Most of the time we are not supposed to select groups unless you know specifically it has to be changed. You can change them, or it is not required to change. Yes. Is it clear, friends?
Yes, sir.
Now we'll go to the Tally ledger creation. So I'm going back. Answer first. I'll see what are the ledger which is already available. There are two ledgers available already. What are those? One is cash, another one is profit and loss account. Whenever you are creating a company, the two ledger will create immediately for before creating by yourself. This will be created. Other than these two, you have to create. Okay, a cash account is created. Another one is profit and loss account is created. If you are going to buy the commodity, you have to create a purchase account. Okay, you have to create a sales account. You have to create a Rajiv account. You have to create the account which is in our funds. Okay, yes. Up to this is okay, Papa. So can I create a ledger now? So what are the ledger we have to create for? One is cash accounts. Cash account is already created. As our example, cash account is already created. So we'll go to the Rahim account. So Rahim account we can create. Same account we are going to create a purchase. Rajiv we are going to create another account. Purchase we are going to certify. We are going to create another account. So cash account is already created. Bank account we have to create. Sales account we have to create. Bank loan account we have to create. And purchase account. Like this we are going to create a one by one ledger. Okay. Can I create the ledger now? Yes. Are you able to understand, Appa? So we create the company. Groups are already created by Tally itself. We are going to create only ledger. Okay, well, ledger we are going to create. Okay, well.
Okay.
Can I create the ledger now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Gateway of Tally. Okay, thank you. Go to the gateway of Tally. Create. Okay, note down here after the steps. So create. What is available? Accounting master. In that, we are not going to create a group. We are going to create a ledger. Select ledger. Press enter. We are in the creation of ledger process. Okay, we are in the process of creation of ledger process. So what is the account we have to create for? Cash account is already first general cash is required. Capital is required. Cash account is already available. We have to create only capital account. Okay, so what will become here? Capital account. So I'm going to create a capital. Let's type here capital account. Account chart bar. You can see A bar C. So under the group, you have to say under capital account. Okay. So if you are going to change, you can change also by pressing the arrow up and down arrow, or capital account under capital account group. Okay. So sorry. Capital account under capital account group. Okay. So owner name is Rahim Appa. We said Rahim is from Karnataka, so that is why it is changed to Karnataka. Okay. So if you want change the state also. She's doing a business Karnataka, but she's from Kerala. So that can be also done. You can give a PIN code. Okay. So 7 banking details. So where I'm going to give a bank details here. So PAN card, ID number and all can be given. So I'm not going to give anything yet. So at the end, don't give anything. It will ask you upset mean why, no mean yeah. Something plus why no. Ledgers is created. How can I check it? Press escape to go back. Pressing go back again. Go back. Get actually come to the altar ledger. So now we created a capital account. The capital account is now. Okay. Suppose if you created the capital account in some other group, how can we alter? Go to the altar and select a particular ledger. You can change this. This can be done. Okay. Is it clear? We created the ledger. Capital account we created. So what is the next one? Purchase account we have to create. Purchase under Raju. There are two accounts you have to create. So can I create purchase now? Create ledger purchase. Purchase account under purchase. Just type PUR, it will show the icon which is available in that spelling. Purchase account not applicable. So I'm not giving any specific information. What is inbuilt is that you can give it here. Type of ledger. So not applicable. You again. We ask you to why me. Yes. So we created a purchase account, we create a capital account. Now I'm going to create a Raju account. Okay. So Raju. Who is the Raju client? You have to create a Raju account. Who is the Raju? Go to the statement first. Purchase the goods from Raju. It is my supplier. Okay. We purchased the goods from Raju. It is my credit. Credit means the person who is supplying the goods on credit basis, but going to receive a cash from you after some date. Is going to be called as a supplier or creditor. Okay, Raju is the person, the creditor. So Raju's come under Sundry creditor. Okay. So thing is that you require only accounting knowledge. Okay, accounting knowledge is mean you can support Tally. Tally is not a complicated software. So you have to understand accounting. Accounting to know Tally is nothing. Okay. So go one by one. You will ask me because state and all. If you want to give us some other state, you can give it. Okay. The supplier may be from Maharashtra also. It may be in any state, right? So that I'm not giving anything. Give control. There are shortcuts for available. Okay, note on the shortcut key for quick save. Okay, because it will give you like this box. And the creditor you selected name, it will go one by one. You check. If you don't want to give any information in this column, press Control A. Quick save. It is saved. Clear? Control A will give you the quick save option, or otherwise you have to go one by one manually. Okay. So now, so far, what are the account we created? Capital account we created, purchase account we created, another one is Raju. Raju account is come under Sundry creditor. So now you go to press escape to go to the alter ledger. So what are the accounts already available? Cash and the profit and loss only available, but we created the capital account, we create the purchase account, we create the Raju. That means you have to create a ledger. Yes, is it clear? So far we created some ledgers. Okay, like this, thing is that you have to create the ledger only one time. The one-time ledger created, it can be done continuously. Okay. Again, it is not required to create a ledger first. Okay. So you have to create this many ledger. What are the ledger you have to create? For cash, working capital, purchase, Raju, Friday, bank loan, sales account, Abdul account, furniture account, plant and machinery account, investment account, drawings account, and Abdul account. So like this electricity, wages, salary, bank, like this you have to create this many ledger. Okay. It is not a compulsion to you. You have to create a ledger first. Okay. When it is required, we can create a ledger. Clear, Appa? When it is required, we can create a ledger. Okay. So today class I'm going to talk about only the ledger creation. Next class, that is next Saturday, we are going to start the actual tally. Okay. So we are going to discuss about the voucher. So this transaction is going to be recorded with the help of the voucher. Okay, we have many vouchers. Okay, so the vouchers are the most important voucher is this is F4, that is contra voucher, payment voucher, receipt voucher, journals, sales, and the purchase. Okay, with this voucher, we are going to record the business transactions. Okay. So next class, because we cannot complete everything in the same classes. So if you have any, I think you have computer name, so download and try to work out what I said so far. Okay, but we can create some more ledgers here. After this, we are clear. 11:50. Any doubt you can ask. So can we stop here? Because if you are going to the next concept, it's required much later. Yes.
Students, any doubts till here? You can unmute and ask. It's open for queries. Students, if you have any doubt, you can unmute yourself and ask. Sir, I have one.
Yes, sir.
Sir, at the time of creation in the screen, when we created purchase account under purchases, there was an option for mailing address. For purchases, there will be
Yes,
no
sir,
mailing
yes.
address, right? What is
No,
the
so
need?
even it will be cash purchase. So your voice is not clear.
Sir, I did not get you.
You know, your voice is.
Is my audio now?
No, sir, it is breaking.
Sir, is my audio clear now?
Now it is okay, sir.
Sir, at the time of ledger creation,
Yes, sir.
under the purchases, there was an option of mailing address.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes.
creditors and bank, those things will address. But what is the need for
Yes,
the
yes.
mailing
One
address
second.
for a purchase?
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. I'll go to the screen. I can explain this. Yes, we are talking about this one, sir. So whenever they are purchasing,
I see.
even if it is cash purchase also, it may be cash purchase also. So the person from whom we are buying, so that has been mentioned here. The mailing of us, nothing but the person details. The name of the person you are buying. So the details will be recorded here.
Okay, okay. Thank you,
Yes.
sir.
Students, any doubt to this?
Friends, if you have any doubts, you can ask now.
I request all the students to fill the feedback link.
ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇನು ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ.
It is in the
Mokamika, it's in chat
you can go to the
window. ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಲಿಂಕ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೀವಿ, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನಿಮ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ನ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಹೌದಾ, ಅದೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗದೆ ಇರೋದು ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು.
Now it is the time to render a vote of thanks for today's session. I thank today's speaker, Dr. Saravana Allagappan, Assistant Professor, School of Liberal Arts, HIT, Chennai, for a wonderful session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I also extend my wholehearted thanks to our management, our beloved principal, Dr. C.J. Priya, madam. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Vishnu.
I also thank my colleagues, students, and all those who are present, made this a grand success. Thank you, one and all.